Good afternoon to all the students. I am Shubhangi Gundani from Mechanical Engineering Department, and today we start with mechanical actuation system. The mechanical actuators. Although now the electronic systems are being used for many of the functions that previously were fulfilled by the mechanism are still being used to provide the following function. That is the force amplification, that is the lever, the change of speed, that is gear, transfer of rotation about one axis to the rotation about another axis, that is the belt, particular type of the motion that can be give the quick return mechanism. So this section can be included the kinematic analysis of the mechanism considered as a motion without regrets of the forces. The type of motion, the freedom and constraint. The motion can be rigid body and can be considered to be a combination of translation and rotational motion. The translation motion is a movement which can be revolved into the component along one or more of the axes, that is the XYZ. The rotational motion is one which can be component rotating about one or more axes. This can be carried out, this is the diagram which is the rotational motion, and this is a translational motion. The type of motion. A complex motion is the combination of the translation and rotational motion. For example, the instruct a robot to pick up a pencil from a table. You should break up the motion into small motion, that is instruct joint 1 to rotate by 20 degree and then link to be extended by 4 millimeter and etc. The freedom and constraint. A body that is free in a space and can move in 3 independent mutually perpendicular direction and rotate in 3 ways about those directions. It is said to be have a 6 degree of freedom. The number of degree of freedoms are the number of component of motion that require a order to generate the motion. So freedom and constraint. If the joint is considered to move along a line, then it is 1 degree freedom. If the joint is constrained to move a plane, then it is called as a 2 degree freedom. So this is the first diagram. A can be explained the 1 degree of freedom, and this is the B diagram which can explain the 2 degrees of freedom. The problem in design is to reduce the number of degree of a freedom which require an appropriate number of orientation of a constraint. A fixed body imposes a 0 degree of freedom, imposes 6 constraint. A concept in design. In mixing a body or guiding it to a particular type of motion, the minimum number of constraints should be used as called as a kinematic design. So kinematic chain. Definition. Each part of the mechanism which can be motion relative to some other parts is termed as a link. A link should be capable of transmitting the required force with negligible deformation. So the diagram 8.4 can be reflected with the 2 or more nodes of a point which can be attached with the links. A joint is a common between 2 or more links and their nodes, and which can be allows the same motion between these connections. So this is the 2 nodes link, this is a 3 nodes link, and this is a 4 nodes link. The kinematic chain. The example: lever, crank, connecting rod, piston, slider, pulley, belt and shaft. A sequence of joint and the links is known as a kinematic chain. Consider a motor car engine where the reciprocating motion of a piston is transferring into the rotational motion of a crankshaft on bearing mounted on the frame. Link 1 is a crankshaft, this is a link 1, link 1 is a crankshaft, link 2 is a connecting rod, link 3 is a mainframe, link 4 is a pistons, and which provides a relative motion to the fixed frame. The degree of many mechanism based on the 2 basic form, that is a kinematic chain, 4-bar chain mechanism and Stader crank mechanism. So 4-bar chain mechanism, it consists of 4 links connected to give a 4 joint about the turning occur. No one arm of the 4-bar is produced by alternating the relative length of the link. The Brasov condition. If the length of the shortest plus longest is less than or equal to the sum of the 2 other links, then at least one link will be capable of making a full revolution with respect to the fixed link. So this is a double lever mechanism, this is a lever crank mechanism, and this is a lever crank mechanism. The slider crank mechanism. It consists of the crank containing the rod slider which shows the simple engine mechanism. The link 3. It is a fixed, no relative movement between the center of the rotation of the crank and housing in the piston side. Link 1 that indicates the crank that rotate. Link 2 connecting rod. Link 4 the slider motion moves. So when the piston moves backward and forward, the crank 1 is forced to rotate, and hence the mechanism forms a input backward forward motion into the rotational motion. So this is the diagram, this is the motion. 1 and 3 can be rotated, this is a 2 and this is a 3. This cam shows the backward forward motion. Cam. A cam is a body which rotates on oscillate and doing the work impart a reciprocating or oscillatory motion to a second body called as a follower which will be connected to it. As the cam rotates on and the follower is made a rise, dwell and fall, the length of the time spent to each then position depends on the span. The rise section is the one which drives the follower upward. The fall section is ones that lower the follower. The dwell section is one that allows the follower to remain at the same level for the significant period of time, and it is circular with a radius that does not changes. So this is the diagram which is related to the cam and cam follower. This is a follower diagram, it can move in upward direction, and this is a cam which can be goes. This is a fall, this is rise, and this is a dwell period. So this is the diagram with different types of the cam. This is a circular, this is a apple shape, this is a oval shape, eccentric, hard and pier shape. These are the different types of the followers. This is a point follower, this is a knife follower, roller follower, sliding and oscillating follower, flat follower, and this is a mushroom follower. Gear are the transfer the rotational motion. They are used when the change in speed or torque of the rotation device is needed. That is, the car gearbox enables the driver to match the speed and torque requirement of the train with the engine power available. So rotary motion can be transferred from one shaft to the another shaft by the pair of rolling cylinder. The transfer of the motion between the two cylinders depend on the frictional force between the two surfaces in contact. The slip can be presented by the addition of meshing the teeth of two cylinders. Also, the gear can be used to transfer the rotational motion from the shaft when the axis inclined to one another. So this is the diagram which is related to the first diagram can be shows the parallel gear axis. Second is the axis inclined to each other. Third can be axial teeth. Fourth is a helical teeth, and fifth that is the E, that is double helical teeth. So forms of the gear, that is a parallel shaft gear, spur gear, when the axle with the teeth cut along the axial line parallel to the axis of the shaft. The helical gear, the helical teeth with the teeth being cut on the helix gear that has the advantages of smoother drives and prolong the life of the gear. However, the inclination of the teeth can be result in the axial force component on the shaft bearing. Rack and pinion are used to transfer the linear to rotary motion. So this is the diagram of the spur gear, this is the diagram of helical gear, and this is rack and pinion. The rotary to translatory motion. The motor powered by DC motor rotors the screw which moves the nut up or down with thread. The movement of the nut is conveyed the arm by the means of the linkage. So this is a ball screw link used to move the robot arm. The slip can be provided by the addition of meshing teeth with the cylinder. When two gears in a mesh, the larger gear will called as a spur and the smaller gear will called as a pinion. The gear ratio. Consider the mesh AB with 40 teeth, B with 80 teeth. The number of the teeth B upon number of the teeth A, that is 80 divided by 40 is equal to 2. Therefore, WA is equal to WB. Therefore, WA upon WB, that is a DA upon D2, and the gear ratio is 2. While B must be the twice the diameter of the A. The gear ratio is used for the ratio of the angular speed of the pair of intermeshed gear wheels. So this is the diagram of two mesh gear wheel. The types of the gear train. The simple gear train. This is terms used with a carrying a one gear wheel, that is a WA upon WC, WA, WB, WB, WC. So driver gear can be moved, the idler gear can be moved with respect to the driven gear. The direction of the driver and driven gear is same, the idler gear is opposite. The intermediate will be terms as a idler wheel and is used to change the direction of rotation of the output wheel. The compound gear train. There are different types of the gear, or more than one gear can be applied with respect to the system. When two wheels are mounted on the same shaft, then they have a same angular velocity. So this is the gear ratio, WB is equal to WC. The overall gear ratio can be founded with respect to these diagram. AB can be matched with each other with respect to B. The C can be matched, and with respect to rotation of the C, the D can be derived. It is called as a compound gear train. So the arrangement can be reduced for the input and the output shaft, that is RA plus RB is equal to RD plus RC. Therefore, if A has a 15 teeth, B has a 30 teeth, C has a 18 teeth and D has a 36 teeth. Find the angular speed of D if the A speed is 160. Then this formula can be used. You have to put all the known teeth in this formula, and you will get the WD is equal to WA, therefore 160 divided by 4. So the speed of the D gear is 40 rpm. Rachel and power. It consists of the wheel called as a rachel with a saw-shaped teeth with engaging in an arm called pavel. The arm is pivoted and can move back forth to engage the wheel. The shape of the teeth in such rotation can occur in only one direction. That is a diagram which is related to the rachel. This is a rachel, and with respect to this hole the pavel can be fit. Belt and chain drive. It is essentially to pair the rolling cylinder with motion of the one cylinder being transferred to the another. The transmission of the torque is due to the difference in tension that occur in the belt during the operation. This difference result can be in the form of tight side and slack side of the belt. If the tension on the tight side T1 and the slack side T2, then the torque is A is equal to T1 minus T2 RA. The torque B is T1 minus T2 RB. Therefore, RA and RB are the radius of A and B. If the speed V, then angular speed for the A and B are W upon WA, W upon RA, and WB is equal to V upon RB. So, power either on the pulley is P is equal to torque in angular velocity. So, P is equal to T1 minus T2V. If the difference between the shaft are large, then the belt are more suitable than the gears. So, these are the belt and chain drives. So, this is the diagram which is related to the cross belt and open belt system. The belt and chain drive. The types of the belt. That is a flat, produce the noise and transmit the over a long distance. The crown pulley are used to keep the belt from running off the pulley. Round belt has a cross section and it is used for a grooved pulley. V belt are used with a grooved pulley, less efficient than flat belt. Timing belt. The required tooth wheels, it can be run at the slow or a fast speed, does not stretch or slip. So the types of the belt are flat, round, V and timing. Chains. The slip can be prevented by the use of the chain which loop into the teeth on the rotating cylinder. The drive mechanism used with bicycle is an example of a chain drive. If enables a number of shafts to be driven by the signal wheel and give the multiple drive. Bearing is used mainly to prevent or reduce the friction force. Heat that wasted energy and result in when two surfaces are in contact with each other. So the function of the bearing is to guide the movement of one part relative to the another with minimum friction and maximum accuracy. The common type is plain journal bearing and ball or roller bearing. The plain journal bearing can be hydrodynamic, hydrostatic, solid film and bounded layer. The ball bearing is with deep groove, filling slot, angular contact, double row, self alignment, thrust groove face, and roller bearing are straight roller, taper roller and needle roller. Plain journal bearing. The bearing are used to support the rotation of the shaft with loaded air additional direction. The word general is used to the shaft. The bearing basically consists of interest of some suitable material which is fitted between the shaft and the support. The insert may be white metal, aluminium alloy, copper alloy, bronze, etc. The insert provided a lower friction and less wear than if the shaft just rotated in a hole with the support. The bearing may be dry rubbing, bearing or lubricant. So this is the diagram which is related to the plain journal bearing, and this plain journal bearing, this is a raditional rod and this is a raditional shaft. So the plain journal bearing. The hydrostatic consists a shaft rotating consistently in the oil. The load is carried by the pressure degenerated in the oil as a result of the shaft rotating. The hydrostatic is the avoid the excessive wear at startup occurrence in the hydrodynamic type, and when there is only low load. Oil is pumped into the load bearing area at the high enough pressure to lift the shaft off and the metal is raised. The solid film is a coating with the solid material such as graphite and metabolism sulfide. The boundary layer is a thin layer of lubricant which arises the surface of the bearing. This is a diagram which is related to the hydrodynamic joining bearing having a rotating shaft, bearing house and oil. Ball and roller bearing. The roller element bearing is consists of four main elements: an inner race, outer race, the rolling element of either ball or roller, and a cap to keep the roller element part. So this is a diagram which explains the roller ball bearing. This is a ball bearing in cage. There is a ball, inner ball face and outer ball face. There are number of the ball bearings. That is a deep groove. It can be used for the wide range of load and speed. Feeling slot, it can be used with axial load. Angular contact, it can be used for both axial and radial load. Double row, it can be withstand the higher radial load. Self align, it can be withstand with the self shaft alignment. Thrust groove, it can be designed to withstand the axial load but are not suitable for the radial load. So this is the diagram which is related to the types of the loading. The first diagram, A is a deep groove, second is a feeling slot, third is a angular contact, fourth is a double row, E is the self alignment, and the last is a thrust groove. So this is a roller bearing. The common example are straight roller, taper roller and needle roller. So this is the diagram of the straight roller, taper roller and needle roller. So thank you.